Erzgat here, and it's time to talk about Gachiakuta with the newest episode. And this episode is not as action heavy or as hyped as the previous one, but in some things it's actually a lot more important because it builds up a lot on the world, the characters, and especially Rudo's powers, which is very much focused on this. And we get to find out a bit more about the cleaners and so on, and something more dangerous than actual drugs here. So quite a fun episode, a very important one. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, picks up from last week. We see a bit of the aftermath. Rudo still blaming himself for everything that happened, and I do kind of relate a bit with, not to the same level. I didn't go through what he went a bit, but sometimes when I make mistakes or when I think I do something bad, I actually over criticize myself so wrong to unhealthy level. So I kind of feel that one, and some characters that do this I actually relate to a level with this. I feel it here, but it's also great Rudo having somebody there for him to at least talk to him, let him vent there, and Engine being that one there, and actually putting him into perspective, changing him a bit when he was feeling guilty about Greece, saying Greece was ready for this, going out into the field. He accepted the risk, knew what he was getting himself into. But what we didn't know, I mean, for me it was obvious here, but I can also see it from Rudo's perspective. Even last episode I didn't think there's no way Greece was going to die, but Rudo thought that Greece was dead, or at least was going to die. There was no way to save him and so on, but he actually survived, and they started teasing him a bit, so that's why he was so demoralized there. I kind of like his innocence that he has, how he views the world, especially objects here, and we get to meet a bit more of the other cleaners. The healer, Aisha, she's the one that saved Greece. She's very shy and she's kind of cute there. I do hope we get to meet more of them throughout, but slowly with this episode, like I said, meeting characters, but also very much focused on the world building and the bigger mystery or the bigger plot a bit, and talking about the border between the ground and the sphere, and also the raiders investigating it, and we finally get to meet the boss, and goddamn, he looks cool. Corvus, I'm sorry if I'm butchering name, or Corvus there. Honestly, amazing design, and the voice actor, he always plays these roles in leadership and moments like that. The way his tonality talks, it kind of fits him quite well. But I also feel like he gives me the scheming type, like he's that calm, cool and collected dude, but he's holding back quite a lot, and he knew exactly what buttons to press and how to say things to get through to Rudo there, and their conversation was great, even welcoming him to the cleaners and telling him, hey, we need to talk a bit more in private, I have some information from you, but I'm gonna keep my eyes on you, Corvus. I like you, but first impressions, I also know you're holding something back here. And now they developed a bit more about the border between the sphere and the ground, saying they heard rumors and this story that there's a woman that lives in no man's land very close to the border, and she watches people that fall from above, and sometimes some actually survives and some can actually pass the border, kind of like how Rudo did. So it's possible there's more like Rudo that survived, so they have to find those, or maybe even go talk to that woman there. A thread to pull, a clue, something Rudo to latch on, and that's why I'm thinking he kind of used this a bit to string Rudo along. I don't know how good Corvus is. Kind of the cleaners look very good right now from what I've seen of them, everybody else, but with him I'm suspicious a bit here. He might just simply be helping Rudo. Maybe I'm reading too much into things, or maybe he's the type of character that the ends justify the means, wants Rudo's powers and so on to help them with their problems here. But this is interesting information also with the world. How did they get split up? What is that border exactly that we saw when Rudo fell here? And we get to see Rudo in his full cleaner uniform. He actually looks cool, but also see Zanka being scared about something attacking them in the corridors, and then we get a flashback like 6 hours before. The attacking thing was quite quite funny here, but in the flashback we see right after that discussion in the room Rudo instantly wanted to rush, find that woman, find the people that fell through. Like, he's still very reckless there. Follows doing his best trying to stop him, and they're building up. Follow, they're setting him up quite a bit. Grease also, and Jabber, when he said he had potential, maybe he's gonna become a giver, and the others also. So I do hope the payoff is gonna be there for Follow, and hopefully they don't just toss him aside. Like, he's gonna be the potential man of the series, like we've had in other series so much. But I liked Engine calming Rudo down, telling him to stop being reckless, slow down. We also have our own interests of going to the no man's land. You need some information, how to do this, I'm gonna come with you, we're gonna work together and so on. But first, you also actually have to develop your powers more, learn about them, their limitation and so on. And that's pretty much the focus of this episode, very much focused on Rudo's powers. And I liked that something that Rudo does is very innocent, and he kind of gets a one-track mind. He didn't think through, or he got stuck into his mind that only good people value objects, and raiders aren't really good people from what we've saw so far, but they still had the giver's power, so they can also care about objects. It's very true. You can be a bad person and still care about something, or you can be a good person and not care about something. So I really like that conversation there, and how Engine said, hey, givers are kind of codependent on their own objects, and it's kind of viewed as an obsession by quotation marks normal people, those that aren't really like that. But here is where we find the most dangerous thing. It's not powers, it's not trash, it's not the trash beasts, it's not the pollution, it's not anything. The most dangerous things are sweets. And I like how Engine told Rudo, hey, go relax. He didn't know how to relax, even revealed he doesn't really sleep much. And then Riyo comes in and starts giving him a tour of the headquarters there. And she kind of destroyed his life. You have that friend that, hey, just try once, it's gonna be fine, nothing goes wrong, right? She shows him sweets. And yeah, sweets were only for rich people on the sphere. He was completely shocked there, and even Engine and the others revealed that sweets are more popular than drugs on the ground. There's this group of people, Vianders, that they apparently, since thanks to the pollution, they can't really grow food and so on, so they take cleaners that have powers and givers that help with that and with food and so on. And they're the ones that kind of manufacture sweets, so they kind of have more sweets here possibly than even the sphere, so to say. So Rudo takes his first bite, and he kind of goes, well, sweets, he's probably gonna have an insane sugar rush here. And we even see that pacifier cleaner, he's kind of a brat, like from what I saw. Like, Rudo's like, I'm gonna give you just one, and that guy was very very proud of that. His name was Deer. Now, I like introducing small doses of the new characters here, and Rudo, he eats a lot, like a lot of sweets. So he's the thing that Zanka saw attacking them, quotation marks. He became fat, full on, like a balloon, and he looks like me now. Rudo looks like me. Very fairy tale, like, damn, they put me in Gachiakuta. It's a fat, so. But he gets back to normal here. They put him on a diet. He's probably an addict. He's definitely an addict with seeds right now. They're more dangerous for him. But after this, we actually see them working on his powers a bit. But he wasn't really able to use them again, even though he said he got a feel for them. And thanks to Zanka, Riyo, and Engine, they sort of figure out a bit with how his power works. Zanka saying he maybe needs garbage and broken things, not things in working order or new, because they're trying with a normal knife. He wasn't able to use his powers, but then with garbage, he was able to do it, even make multiple of them into a weapon, but showing that he has a limit. The more he uses it, the bigger toll he takes on its body. He even got nosebleeds there. So I like limitations being put on that here, and even thinking about the gloves also, with that series comment saying the quality of gloves is also really high. And this is kind of like part a bit of the power system. the more time you spend with the object that you value, the higher they go in quality and more power they can use. But Rudo's body currently can't really take that. Like his gloves are too powerful for him, so he's gonna need a lot of training with that here. And after this, they start slowly figuring out more about how his powers actually work, besides just the limitation. And I really like the comments from Engine and Riyo, especially what she said there. He's able to give one last blaze of glory. Basically, I'm paraphrasing a bit, to objects that have been discarded, sort of in a way, recycling them, giving them their full potential in a moment here. So that's why the talisman broke. It achieved its purpose here, and I like that quite a lot. It's a bit poetic in a way, giving discarded things one last chance to prove themselves, show their worth. It's a very nice nice touch there. But also, maybe the gloves are also really important, thanks to that series comment, which we have a bit to talk towards the end of the episode. But they're also gonna need a name, like everybody else had a name for their object, so I'm curious what name Rudo is gonna give his own gloves there. But slowly you're figuring out more things about the world and Rudo's powers. But after this, we see it from the other perspective of the raiders, with Jabber and Katoni go meet their own boss here, and he starts mumbling about some things, the Watchmen series, and we see the object on his back kind of having the same logo as the glove. So we finally found out the name. So what exactly is the Watchmen series? We don't know, but he's definitely involved, to say the least. And we see he's keeping track of a lot of things: the Cleaner, this City of Art, the Desert Altar, Vital Instruments, and of course now Rudo. So I'm curious about his reveal and what it means. So this was a very important episode, like I said, character focused, world building, power system also quite a lot, and fun shenanigans. And Rudo had his life ruined by Riyo. He's an addict now. We lost him. Rest in peace. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode here. The series, it's getting there, seems to be discovering its own pace, so to say. I'm more intrigued right now. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Gachiakuta. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye.